Welcome back to my TCL Scorpion 72, and today I'm going to be bringing you the 5 toys that I did not like this year, or 2015 I should say. I don't know why I got them. I thought it'd be cool. Some of them it's part of what I collect, and they were pretty much a letdown. So I'm going to show you the 5 worst toys or bad toys that I purchased in 2015. I wasn't happy with after I received them for obvious reasons, which I'll explain. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. Monkeys in the truck, roll the footage. Alright, coming in number 5 is from Masters of the Universe Classics collection from Mattel, and that is Blast Attack. So basically, yeah, I know this was right. That was one of my favorites in number 4 category, but they dropped the ball on this guy big time. His purpose is to explode or come apart if they're copying the vintage toy when he came out back in the 80s when this line first started there for the regular vintage one. And when they did the classics, they had many opportunities to do this figure justice, and they did not. I mean, he's supposed to explode, I guess, with like, you know, all the terrorist things and explosions going on and stuff in the world. Maybe they decide not to give this guy that exploding feature or some kind of thing like that, but they could at least make him split apart. I mean, we have figures that split apart and everything like that. At the waist maybe would have been cool. It's even bad that the fact that not even his armor comes off, and the whole line consists of the armor coming off. The armor is glued on. You can't even take off the armor, and it has like a robotic body underneath, so you can't even mimic that he explodes and stuff. And that's his gimmick. The fact that he didn't have any detachable arms or anything like Bulldog, Modulog, I should say, and the other characters like King Hiss, where you can separate the body at the waist. That would have been cool, and added like an explosive feature at the top. I find this figure to really miss the ball for whatever reason it was. That this figure does not give anything of a really play value to the line, and he's just one of the plainest figures from 2015 from this Master Junior collection that I've gotten so far. And I got him because I'm a complete straight up line, but if I could have passed them up, I would have. Coming at number 4 is Mr. Roy Harper Arsenal. This figure is from the Arrow TV series line from DC Collectibles. Why this guy kind of surpasses Blast Attack, you may ask? Because despite all the designs and all the great sculpting and everything like that, he does not have the elbow swivel or bicep swivel that would allow him to actually put his hands as if he's drawing the bow and arrow. Just like how the Arrow figures all can do that, and some of the villains have that swivel, they opted to not give this guy one, which is a very, I don't know, poor design. As I made a video this actual figure and I explained in my video, it really defeats the purpose, and really it's just, I can't explain. Just thinking about it now, it's just like it was a real letdown and a big ball drop on this figure that would have made it great and probably made it into my top like 10 or so or 5, but because of that, he's here as one of the, if I could have passed him up, but due to me collecting this line and wanting to get all the figures, I would have passed them up in hopes that they would do a better job, maybe wait until they do Speedy or something. But I just don't understand why they missed this very important articulation in his arms to allow him to look or mimic like he's drawing his bow and arrow. Big fail for this figure for you guys at DC Collectibles. Very upset with this one. Coming in at number 3 is a Play Arts, a variant figure based on designs of DC characters in the DC comics. And this Square Enix kind of design is Darkseid here. The design was alright. I thought it would be a cool figure until I got it in hand, and I was pretty disappointed with it. I expected a little bit more. They did offer changeable heads, but with the mimicking his eye effects that you see there in the cover. But overall, I was not very happy with him. And in my review, I discussed about what I didn't like. And one of the main things is, even though he reads in the window box packaging, he doesn't come with much. This figure was roughly close to the $100 range, and he really didn't come with much, as in offerings and accessories or anything like that. Just changeable head and 2 changeable hands. I'm not even sure if this line is being continued right now. It's pretty much is now flooding them with Batman variants, which is the way most lines go with other companies. They go with what sells, but at the same time, it's not giving people who've been collecting this line from the beginning a chance to build a proper like collection of the characters and stuff. And DC has a vast amount of characters they can choose from. So as you can see, this guy is already packaged. Probably gonna try to sell it if I can. But yeah, this guy was a big no-no for me, and it's the only figure I got in this line, and it will be the last. Coming in at number 2 is not so much the Evolve line of figures, but all Funko line of figures. I've gotten things from Game of Thrones to Firefly to Magic the Gathering to a lot of Funko. One I really wanted, I don't understand why I never received, was a Rocketeer. Hey, about what you want to think about the movie. I did like it at the time, and it's the first time we got a Rocketeer figure, so I'm going to have to track that down. But Funko in general, my problem with them is they have great paint apps and everything, but it's just the articulation due to them using the clear plastic. It's very breakable. Even like certain accessories and stuff, these figures, these lines of action figures, you got a 80 to 90% chance that they will break. And I've done videos with these figures in particular, and even when I show you him, his leg just pretty much came clean off. So these figures here are really, any figures from Funko really, I'm just not touching for 2016. Sorry, I've seen some cool stuff they're coming out with, but I just can't go to spend $25 and up on a figure that will probably break in my hand, or can't move due to stiff joints, or whatever the case may be. Like, they do a great sculpting, and paint job on them are pretty decent, except for Magic the Gathering. They change it, and that's another thing with their prototypes. Sometimes you see something, you really get pumped about it just to get it in your hand, and it's not the same paint app. And even this guy in particular, Hank, this is not even the weapon that he was solicited with. They changed the weapon midway, and I couldn't stop it because, hey, I pre-ordered this, and I pre-ordered it through my comic book shop, so once it's done, it's done. So my rule for 2016 is I'll catch it, I can get the figure in hand and check it out for myself when I can buy it from another retailer, but I will no longer pre-order any Funko toys. So that leads me to my number 1 toy that I was very disappointed for getting for 2015. It may come to a shocker to a lot of you guys, but it is Batman Arkham Origins Clayface. Shocking, yes, since I'm a big DC Collectibles fan and collector of many of their products, this one was the most problematic. To put it to you even in a different way, I had a video ready to go for this guy and did the outside packaging and stuff, but upon taking him out, he became problematic. I couldn't get the arm off to put the Joker arm, and he pretty much broke too, like twice. This is my 3rd Clayface, and I'm reluctant to take him out of the package because they only replace it, so now I have to find a way to kind of like offset it, and I'm not even bothering to attempt to try to open them up. It's kind of sad and a little disappointing too at the same time, because I really wanted to open this figure. I really liked it from what I saw. He's a huge figure. He stands about 15 inches tall, towering over even your 7-inch DC Collectibles, and probably will be really well placed in with the DC icons as being a giant Clayface monster. But due to the fact that he might even break upon trying to move him around, because he's one of those last big figures that has the clear plastic, I don't want to risk it. I really don't. I even wrote to like Kevin about it at the DC Collectibles, and like basically a lot of people had to return a lot of their stuff during that year. So I'm glad that they got things on the fix things up with the clear plastic issue, as I mentioned in so many of my videos. Yes, I know it becomes repetitive, but I'm just glad they fixed that up. But and yeah, he became one of my disappointments for this year, 2015. So there you have it. You may agree with my choices, maybe not, but like I said, these are my own personal choices of purchases I got for this year, and the ones that really I was looking forward to, and just it didn't pan out, and it's kind of like disappointing. And there you have it, my 5 not so great purchases for 2015, and kind of my bad worst figures for 2015 that I got in my collection. Hopefully this year will be a lot better. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious in certain things that I purchase. Some I can't help because, hey, like any of the Arrow Flash figures and stuff, I'm going to get them anyway because it's part of the collection that I'm getting and keeping, and I want to complete them all. And it's just going to be a little bit more weary with certain things outside of my collection that I might get. Hence one honorable mention is that third-party Krang, or I forgot what they call it, the Gokin robot there, where the person actually, sent me a broken foot Krang, and I'm gonna be a little bit more careful with those kind of stuff. I do love those toys; they're really cool. But when you're looking forward to something and you get it, and it kind of like it kind of dimmers down the excitement when you actually have it in hand, and it either breaks or the paint apps aren't there, or it's just not what you were expecting. And that kind of comes with the whole collecting and this whole hobby of ours. So like, comment, subscribe, keep watching. Like I said, a lot more stuff coming your way down the pipeline. And yeah, so here's a good 2016, and ooh, can't wait. Gotta get my wallet ready. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your toys, and until next time, keep playing. Ciao.